Hello learners, I am Parikshit and welcome to another very exciting session on Unacademy CAT-alyst. In today's session, we are going to talk in detail about the Baby IIMs. A lot of you know that there are a total of 20 IIMs, but you must also be knowing that all these 20 IIMs are not at the same level. So, come the month of January, if you were to get a call from IIM Jammu, or for that matter SIBM Pune, or for that matter IMT Ghaziabad or M.B.A Gurgaon, which of these B schools should you select? Should you go for the IIM brand or should you select, let's say, an SIBM Pune? These are the questions that we are going to answer today in this session. So make sure you watch the entire session because this is going to give you a lot of information. Let's get started. So this is me, your educator on the platform with the highest live class rating on Unacademy, thanks to my learners. Okay, so a lot of new batches are starting on Unacademy in the next few days. 17th of July, 21st of July and 24th of July. These are probably the last few batches on Unacademy where the complete CAT 2021 syllabus will be covered in detail before your exams. Now, in case you are still thinking whether you should enroll in Unacademy, remember it's about time now. And if you are enrolling for the plus sessions on Unacademy, remember to use the code which is there on your screen, Parikshit Live. If you use this code, you will get maximum discounts on Unacademy. And also, this is the only and only code which will give you free mentorship on Unacademy. I repeat, only code which offers free mentorship on Unacademy from my side. And mentorship is all about going beyond your class hours to help you with any queries. Let's get started with today's session. Okay, so what are the new IIMs and which are the baby IIMs that exist today? As you all know, the top 6 IIMs are IIM Ahmedabad, Bangalore, Calcutta, Lucknow, Indore and Kozhikode. So these are the top 6 IIMs. If you get into any of these top 6 IIMs, you definitely should take admission. The 7th one is Iim Shillong. You get into Iim Shillong, probably you'd like to go forward and take admission in Shillong as well. But what about the other IIMs? The newer IIMs. The newer IIMs are IIM Ranchi, Rohtak, Raipur, Trichy, Kashipur and IIM Udaipur. So these are 6 new IIMs. And post the new IIMs, there are some of the other IIMs which have opened up recently. So which are those ones? IIM Bodh Gaya, IIM Jammu, Iim Sambalpur, Iim Sirmaur and Iim Amritsar. So in today's session, I am going to focus specifically on the baby IIMs. So these are the latest additions to the list of IIMs in the country. And what happens if you get a call, let's say from Iim Sambalpur or for that matter, Iim Amritsar. Let's talk about the details. Okay, now first things first. The expected cutoffs, right? So if you look at the last few year trends, the new and the baby IIMs, right? For general category, the overall cutoff is around 95 percentile. That's the average cutoff. Average cutoff for the new and the baby IIMs is around 95 for the general category. And for sectional, with a minimum of 80% in each section. As an example, even if you get 98 percentile in verbal, but you end up with let's say 75 percentile in DILR, you might not get a call from the newer IIMs because they also have sectional cutoffs. However, for IIM Amritsar, the cutoffs have actually been lower than 95. It was around 85. 85 is the overall cutoff. Students have got calls even at 85 percentile overall and 80 sectional cutoff. So these are your cutoffs for the new and the baby IIMs. Okay, now let's look at their selection criteria. Okay, the new and the baby IIMs. IIM Ranchi gives a 30% weightage to your CAT score and a 30% weightage to your PI. PI is personal interview and WAT is the written ability test, 10%. Profile weightage is 30%. I don't want to read the entire table. The table is there for you. But what you need to focus on the table. On this table, if your profile is not very good, as an example, your 10 score, your 12 score and your graduation score has not been very good, okay? Among the newer IIMs, probably you are looking at the bottom one in the list, Iim Amritsar. Why? Because if you look at Iim Amritsar, their profile weightage is only 15%. But while if your profile is very good, let's say your class 10, 12 graduation marks are very good, you will probably look at Iim Kashipur. Why? Because Iim Kashipur gives a 40% weightage to the profile. 40%. Can you see? The written exam score varies anywhere between 30% weightage in IIM Ranchi to 55% weightage in IIM Udaipur. So the percentage of in the written weightage score, written CAT exam score varies among the IIMs, while the profile will also vary. Poor profile, target IIM Amritsar. A good profile, target IIM Kashipur. Now let's talk about the individual colleges, okay? So people are asking questions. We are going to take up the questions at the end of the lecture. First, let's talk about IIM Amritsar, right? IIM Amritsar, it is a batch size of around 150. So if you look at the IIM Amritsar current fee structure for the 2021-2023 batch, the fees for 2 years is 12 lakhs. So every year you end up paying 6 lakhs, right? So when I say 12 lakhs covers your tuition fees, your library, books and hostel fees, right? However, there is no breakup as such. But this does not include your mess fees. So the mess fees is additionally around 10,000 per month, which for 24 months will be around 2.5 lakhs. So if you ask me what's Iim Amritsar fees, 12 lakhs plus your mess fees around 2.5 lakhs. So total is around 14.5 lakhs for a 2-year course in Iim Amritsar. Now, look at Iim Amritsar placement figures. If you look at the average placement, right, the average placement is around 12 lakhs per annum, 12.6 lakhs per annum. Highest CTC offered last year was 40 lakhs per annum, while average of the top quartile. What do we mean by the top quartile? Top quartile means top 25% of the batch. If you fall in the top 25% of the batch, your average CTC will be anywhere between around 17 lakhs to 18 lakhs. 17 lakhs to 18 lakhs. Get that? These are your placement numbers. So remember, you end up spending around 14.5 lakhs and your average package will be around 12.5 lakhs. I don't think it's very impressive, but still it has the IIM tag involved. Next, IIM Bodh Gaya. Okay, next is IIM Bodh Gaya. So for IIM Bodh Gaya, if you look at their fee structure, right, IIM Bodh Gaya fee structure is around 10.6 lakhs for the 2 years, right? 10.6 lakhs for the 2 years, and that needs to be paid over 6 installments. 6 installments. Why 6 installments? Because 1 year has got 3 semesters. So over 2 years, you have got 6 semesters and the fee needs to be paid on a semester basis. So if you look at the bottom row on the slide, right, on an average, around 1.85 lakhs needs to be paid per semester, per term, right? So total fees will come out to be again 10.6 lakhs for IIM Bodh Gaya. If you look at IIM Bodh Gaya, they also offer financial assistance. If you are not able to afford the fees, right, they will offer you assistance. When do you offer them? When do they offer you assistance? If your family income is low. So if your family income is around 1.5 lakhs per annum, IIM Bodh Gaya will give you 100% scholarship. If your family income is between 1.5 to 3 lakhs, you get 75% scholarship in IIM Bodh Gaya. While it is between 3 to 5 lakhs, you get 50% scholarship, and if it is up to 8 lakhs, your family income, it will be 25% scholarship, 25% scholarship on the fees. Now remember, family income would imply total family income. So if both your father and mother are working, their total combined salary has to fall in this bracket. So when you apply for scholarship, you also need to provide proof of your family's financial details, right? So if your dad is working, you have to provide his Form 16, you have to provide his annual yearly statements, right? Financial statements. So that it proves that he falls in one of these categories and you can apply for a scholarship. Next is number of seats in IIM Bodh Gaya. So in IIM Bodh Gaya, the total number of seats are 150, out of which 30 seats are exclusively reserved for girl candidates. So it doesn't mean that there will be only 30 girls. What it means is for 30 seats there is reservation, and for these 30 seats the boys cannot apply, right? So for boys the total number of seats, which you can fight for or which you can apply for is 120. But for the girls, you can apply for all 150 seats. Rather, 30 seats are reserved exclusively for girl candidates. Now look at their placement report, IIM Bodh Gaya. So if you remember, IIM Bodh Gaya, their total fees was around 10.6 lakhs for 2 years. For 2 years, right? Now if you look at their placement reports, for the batch of 2018-2020, a total of 83 companies visited the campus, right? And the highest CTC offered was 20 lakhs per annum, while the average CTC was 11 lakhs per annum, and the median CTC was 10.5 lakhs per annum, right? So what profile was given to the students? Maximum students got sales job. Sales job 33.33%. I think that's quite a big number. So if you are very creative, if you want to go into marketing and sales, probably IIM Bodh Gaya is not a bad place. It's a good option because they have got maximum job profiles in the sales sector. So sales is marketing and sales, followed by analyst, BFSI. What is BFSI? BFSI is banking and financial services and insurance. Banking, financial services and insurance at 4.2%. So look at their numbers, look at their placement numbers. 10 lakhs, 10.6 lakhs per for 2 years is their fees, and average CTC is around 11 lakhs. And if you are looking at a marketing and a sales job, IIM Bodh Gaya could just be the place to apply for. So I see people are asking questions. I'm gonna take your questions at the very end. Okay. Next, IIM Nagpur. This is one of the older IIMs. Okay, among the new IIMs, among the list which we are talking about, this is one of the older ones. So IIM Nagpur, if you see their total fees for the 2 years together is 13 lakh 75,000. I will say approximately 14 lakhs. Approximately 14 lakhs, and that needs to be paid over 3 installments. Over 3 installments in IIM Nagpur. So 2-year fees is 14 lakhs. I'm not going to go get into the details. The details are available for you. The breakup of the fees, tuition fees, hostel fees, academic fees, caution deposit, and all of it, right? So no breakup, but total fees is around 14 lakhs. Now look at the placement numbers of IIM Nagpur. So if you look at the batch strength, right? 2021, okay? So this is the 2019-2021 batch. 2019-2021. 121 students were there in the batch. While in the 2018-2020 batch, there were 106 students. So on an average, you can say 110, 120 students is the batch strength. In both these years, remember 2021 and 2020 was the year of the pandemic, but IIM Nagpur has achieved 100% placement. If you look at their CTC, highest CTC, in 2020, the highest CTC was 40 lakhs per annum, while in 2021, there has been a very big dip, 19 lakhs per annum. The highest CTC offered has almost become half, right? Because again, 2021 is not a very good year. Average CTC 13 lakhs in both the years, while median CTC is close to 13 lakhs in the last 2 years. If you look at the top 50% of the students in this particular year, they got a package of around 15 lakhs. And how many new recruiters were there in 2021? 41 recruiters. So if you look at the participating sectors, they were consumer durables. They were edtech. What are edtech? Edtech is like Unacademy, Byju's and all of it. E-commerce like Amazon, Flipkart. Analytics like Deloitte Analytics. Like logistics could be like a Flipkart, an Amazon, or let's say a Walmart. So these are the type of companies which have been coming on campus on IIM Nagpur and providing them with offers, providing students with offers. So I don't think the package is very bad. It's 13 lakhs per annum. However, if you remember, the fees is nearly 14 lakhs. So it's a decent package. 14 lakhs per annum is the total fees, and you end up with a 13 lakhs package. It's not bad, but definitely cannot be compared with, let's say, an FMS or a JBIMS, or for that matter, IIFT Delhi, right? Okay. Anyway, the verdict will be at the very end. At the end, I'm going to discuss more about whether you should go for these colleges. But at this point of time, let's look at the data. Let's go to the next college. IIM Sambalpur. Okay, so what is IIM Sambalpur? IIM Sambalpur is in Orissa. So this has a batch strength of 180. Okay, if you look at their cutoffs, IIM Sambalpur, which is in Orissa, look at their cutoffs. This year, the year 2019-2021, right? The cutoff was 95 percentile. While for the batch of 2020-2022, the cutoff was 94 percentile for the general category. So on an average, you can say the cutoff will be around 95 percentile for a general category. While if you belong to a NC OBC, look at the cutoffs, they are very less. 75 to 80 percentile, 75 to 80 percentile cutoffs for NC OBC category. For scheduled castes, the cutoffs can be as low as 55 percentile in the 2020-2022 batch. While for 2019-2021 batch, it was slightly higher, 60 percentile. If you look at the ST category, only 40 percentile has been the cutoff. While DAP, what is DAP? DAP is defense category. So if your dad or if any of your relatives have worked in the armed forces and probably they got injured during any war or during any military operation, they have quota for you, for the defense people, for families, for students, for children of defense persons. So that is the DAP category, while where the cutoff is around 40 percentile only to get into IIM Sambalpur. Okay. Look at their fees for IIM Sambalpur. Now, IIM Sambalpur, if you look at their fees, right, the total fees for 2 years will come out to be approximately 13 to 14 lakhs. Look at PGP1. What is PGP1? If you look at the PGP1 column, it is the first year. First year, total fees approximately 6 lakh 50,000. While for the second year, the fees is again 6 lakhs 50,000. So can you see the total fees for both the years is approximately 13 lakhs. 13 lakhs for the 2 years combined. For the 2 years combined. It needs to be paid over 6 installments. So 3 installments in the first year and 3 installments in the second year. So overall, you will have around 6 installments, and the total fees that needs to be paid will be around 13 lakhs. Okay. Next, look at the placement numbers. Look at their placement numbers. Okay. Highest CTC offer this year in the 2021 batch was 18.92 lakhs per annum. So which is nearly close to 19 lakhs. If you look at the last year, that was 20 lakhs per annum. If you look at the median CTC, this year is 10.5 lakhs per annum, while the last year it was only 9 lakhs per annum. Average CTC 10.78 lakhs, while last year it was 11 lakhs. So I think this gives you a fair idea. Should you get a call from IIM Sambalpur, IIM Amritsar, and IIM, let's say, Nagpur, probably Sambalpur should be down in your list because their placement figures are not very impressive. If you look at their highest CTC, right? Highest CTC is 20 lakhs, but you don't look at the highest CTC when joining your college. You would look at the median CTC and the average CTC. Another reason for IIM Sambalpur not having very impressive placement figures could be their location. Their location is in the state of Orissa, and Orissa probably does not have too many companies which recruit B school graduates, right? So whenever you are looking for the newer IIMs, one thing I think you should definitely consider is the location, the state. Because anyway, the IIMs are new. They do have a brand name, they do have a tag of IIMs, but if the location is not very impressive, they might struggle in their placements. Okay. Next, IIM Sirmar. This is located in Himachal Pradesh. This particular IIM is located in Himachal Pradesh. Okay. Look at their cutoffs. Cutoffs. Okay. Now, when I say the cutoff, these are the minimum percentile required. This does not guarantee a call. So, for general category, IIM Sirmar, IIM Himachal Pradesh was 93 percentile. 93 percentile for the general category. Does it mean that if you get 93, you'll get a call? No. There are other factors as well. Class 10 score, 12 score. But minimum to get a call, you need the first criteria is you should be minimum 93 percentile if you belong to the general category with a minimum of 70 percentile in each of the sections. If you belong to the EWS category, EWS is economically weaker sections of the society in terms of your financial status. A percentile of even 74 would do, provided you get minimum 50 percentile in each of the three categories. Similarly for NC OBC, if you belong to SC category, just 54 percentile, and ST and DAP, defense personnel, just 40 percentile. So I think if you are an SC, ST or an NC OBC, your chances are very high to get into an IIM. Just that you need to put in a bit of effort. Even if you put in a bit of effort, I think the numbers that you look on your screen, right, 74, 54, these you can easily clear, provided you belong to one of these categories. If you belong to a general category, definitely you need to work harder than the rest. Next, fees at IIM Himachal Pradesh. Look at the fees at IIM Himachal Pradesh. The tuition fees for IIM Himachal Pradesh for 2021-2023 batch, right? The current batch is almost 12 lakhs, right? So which is how much? 11.75 lakhs for 2 years, so almost 12 lakhs. In addition, for every term, you'll have to pay 1 lakh extra for the international immersion program. And because of COVID, if they are not able to conduct the international exchange program, that money is going to be refunded. So can I say total fees is 12 lakhs plus 4 lakhs. Why 4 lakhs? Because 1 lakh addition you have to pay every term up to the fourth term. So 1 lakh into 4 is 4 lakhs. So total fees is 16 lakhs. If you go to abroad, it will be 16. Let's say you can't go abroad because of COVID, it will be 4 lakhs will be deducted back, will be given back to you. So total fees is 12 plus 4. So 16. Otherwise, if you can't go abroad, it will be 12 lakhs. Look at their placement numbers. IIM Himachal Pradesh. Total number of companies that visited the campus was 132. What was their batch size? 112 is the batch size in IIM Himachal Pradesh. What was the highest CTC offered? The highest CTC offered is 16 lakhs per annum, while the average CTC offered is only 9.6 lakhs per annum. Now again I will see, look at the numbers. Average CTC, I think this is the most important number for you. Average and the median CTC. Can you see these numbers are not very impressive again. The average CTC is not very impressive. And again, same reason comes into the picture. This IIM is located in Himachal Pradesh, which is probably not the best place when it comes to recruiters. So if you are getting called from the newer IIMs, you probably would want to consider the location. I repeat, because you saw IIM Sambalpur was in Orissa, their packages are not very impressive. Same goes with IIM Himachal Pradesh, average CTC is only 9.6 lakhs per annum. However, if you are in the top 10% of the students, the average CTC you can look forward to could be around 14 lakhs. While if you are in the top 25% of the student, 12 lakhs, and top 50%, you can have an average CTC of 11 lakhs per annum. So I would say decent numbers, not very bad, but considering that you need to spend nearly 16 lakhs fees and you end up with just a 10 lakh per annum CTC, might not look very impressive, especially if you need to go for a 2-year education loan. If you take a 2-year education loan and end up with just a 10 lakh per annum CTC, it might be very less, right? It might be very less because you end up paying almost entire CTC to the banks to clear off your loans. So not very impressive figures again. Next, IIM Vishakhapatnam. IIM Vishakhapatnam, right, is the next IIM. Now, IIM Vishakhapatnam, the current year fees, right, 2021-23 batch, right, is approximately 14.3 lakhs. So 14.3 lakhs for the 2 years. And in addition, they will charge you a deposit of 25,000. A deposit of 25,000. So overall, you can say approximately 15 lakhs is the fees for 2 years in IIM Vishakhapatnam for the 2 years combined. 15 lakhs. If you look at their placement statistics, right, IIM Vishakhapatnam, number of companies that participated this year is 102, while last year it was only 75. Look at their placement numbers. Both years they have achieved 100% placement. Average CTC, or before that highest CTC. Highest CTC this year is 20.82 lakhs per annum, while last year it was 27 lakhs. And if you look at the average CTC, around 13 lakhs. I think it is still better than IIM Sambalpur or IIM Himachal Pradesh. Again, the reason you know why? Because Vishakhapatnam probably has got more companies, are well connected to the industrial hubs of the country, right? Compared to, let's say, IIM Orissa, or for that matter IIM Himachal Pradesh. So again, the point that I'm trying to make, look for the location, especially if you're getting calls from all newer IIMs. So if the IIMs are all new IIMs that you haven't had, you probably would be looking at the location to make a decision. New recruiters this year is 73, last year was only 40, and one of the biggest recruiters in IIM Vishakhapatnam has been Amazon. Both in terms of number of students recruited and number of offers being made, right? So if Amazon is your dream company, you might look for this particular IIM Vishakhapatnam. Next, IIM Jammu, right? Fine. Now look at the overall cutoffs for IIM Jammu this year. For general category, right, the overall cutoff was 90 percentile. Again, I repeat, 90 percentile does not guarantee a call. It only says you are eligible. So to be eligible for IIM Jammu, minimum 90 percentile overall cutoff with a minimum 80 percentile in VRC, DILR as well as QAP. What is QAP? Quantitative aptitude percentile. DILR, data interpretation logical reasoning percentile, and so on. Hence the P at the back, right? If you belong to the economically weaker sections, 85 overall percentile. NC-OBC 78 percentile. SC-ST 60-40 percentile. And if you belong to the defense quota, only 40 percentile is required to get a call from IIM Jammu. Again, as I said, minimum 90 percentile, let's say you get, does not guarantee a call. This ensures you qualify. After that, they will consider your 10, 12, they will consider your profile, your work experience, and they will come up with a composite score. So the cutoff is based on the composite score, but to even be eligible for the cutoffs, you need to have an overall 90 percentile in your CAT with a minimum 80 percentile in each of the three sections. Next will be total fees. So if you look at the total fees, right, it needs to be paid in installments over 4 installments, right? Term 1, term 2, term 3 and term 4. The total fees for 2 years is almost 15 lakhs. So it is coming out to be 14.8 lakhs, which is approximately, I will convert, round it off to 15 lakhs for both the years. Now having paid 15 lakhs, how much can you expect? Total number of students in the 2019-21 batch is 94 lakhs. 94, right? And 2018-2020 was 58. Number of students who participated in the placement program this year was 89. And number of companies who visited the campus on IIM Jammu this year was 121. Number of offers made 108. Number of students with multiple offers is 15. But the highest CTC is 32 lakhs per annum. Highest CTC. Average CTC. Now look at the average CTC. The numbers are deceptive. Why do I say it's deceptive? Because average CTC of only the top 10%. The top 10% is 17.6 lakhs. But if you ask me, what is the average CTC of the entire batch? Average CTC of the entire batch is only around 10 lakhs. 10 lakhs per annum. So average CTC, you don't look at top 10%, you would rather look at average CTC of the entire batch, which is around 10 lakhs. So at the overall, your investment is 15 lakhs and you come up with a 10 lakhs package. Again, I'm not saying IIM Jammu is bad. If you get a call, you might consider. But again, location is not that great. The exposure might not that be great, considering that IIM Jammu is a highly secured area, right? So might not be a great place to be. If you have calls from other IIMs, or if you have calls from, let's say, an SIB in Pune or Nursing Home in Mumbai, you might as well consider them. So this brings us to the most important question. Is it worth joining the Baby IIMs? Now look at the pros and the cons. You know the best part, the advantage is they will have the IIM brand, right? 20 years or 10 years down the line, you never know. IIM Nagpur might be one of the best IIMs in the country 10 years down the line. And 10 years down the line, when you tell people, I have done my graduation from IIM Nagpur, they might be wow. They might be that wow factor, right? Wow, you are from IIM Nagpur. But that is 10 years down the line, you can hope. As of today, their wow factor factor is missing in the baby IIMs. If you say you have done your IIM MBA from IIM Sambalpur, no one is going to say, wow, there's no wow factor in that. But definitely it has the IIM stat. So it would also depend how many calls you have from other B schools. If you get calls from other B schools which are in the top 20, like MDI Gurgaon, SP Jain, or for that matter Symbiosis Pune, or for that matter Simsri Bombay, Sidnam Bombay, right? Or for that matter even an IMT Ghaziabad, you might weigh your options, okay? You might weigh your options before blindly deciding to join a baby IIM. As again I said, the brand name is there, but the current brand value is not that great. Future, we never know. It might be one, these all IIMs might become the top IIMs of the country, might be as good as IIM Ahmedabad, but that is again a future, and future, as you know, is unpredictable. Correct? But definitely, if you are getting a call only from these baby IIMs and you don't want to wait for one more year, let's say you don't want to wait for one more year, you want to do an MBA this year, you have calls from the newer IIMs and you don't have an option, then definitely go ahead and you can take admission in one of the IIMs. So it all depends on the options. If you have something better than the baby IIMs, definitely don't consider the baby IIMs. But if you don't have a choice, right? There's no choice and you don't want to wait for another year, don't want to attempt the CAT again, go for it. It's not bad. It's not bad. In future, this could be one of the better IIMs of the country, right? Let's look at the questions which people are asking now. Let's look at the questions. Which is better, BTech plus MBA or BBA plus MBA? Absolutely, the question is not it's not valid, right? BTech plus MBA, BA plus MBA, all of it is good provided you do it from the top colleges. MBA from IIM Ahmedabad does not matter whether you have a BTech or whether you have BBA or whether you have BCom. At the end of the day, what would matter is MBA from IIM Ahmedabad. So the brand value matters, not your graduation degree. Next is, my current work experience is 13 years. Will baby IIMs be useful? Is 3 years. Baby IIMs might not be useful for 3 years of work experience, but again, depends. With 3 years, what's your designation? What's your profile? What's your package? A lot of factors come into the picture. If your profile is good, if your package is good, with 3 years of work experience, baby IIMs might not be worth. Sorry. Correct? Next. During placements, will the one with work experience have an edge over freshers? Depends. What kind of work experience are we looking at? So the question is, during placements, do students with work experience have an edge over freshers? Depends what kind of companies are we talking about. If you are looking at an investment bank, okay, investment bank like Barclays, like JP Morgan, if they're on campus and you have 3 years of work experience with TCS, your work experience is almost equivalent to zero. Why? Because it's not relevant. Do you get the point? Similarly, tomorrow if an HUL come on campus and you have been working with Wipro for the last 4 years, probably it's an IT company and HUL is an FMCG company, right? Your experience is almost zero. But if you have relevant work experience, let's say you are into a mechanical core company and a mechanical company comes on campus for your MBA placements, you definitely will have an edge because you have relevant work experience. So it's not work experience, but I would rather say relevant work experience will give you an edge. Next. What about people having 3+ years of work experience, its placement? I already answered this question. 3+ years of work experience and the newer IIMs might not be the best bet, right? Courses other than Pgdm. Yeah, there are courses other than Pgdm. Some of these offer courses in analytics. Some of them offer courses in HRM, right? So there are different courses, but all of these are MBA courses. MBA is in specializations. Like it could be MBA in analytics, MBA in HRM, and so on. Yes. So I think that is it. That is it from my side. If you are a 2022 aspirant, a lot of new batches for you as well. And if you are yet to decide and struggling, especially in LRDI, if you are struggling, especially in LRDI, I take LRDI live on Unacademy Plus every morning, Monday to Friday, 7:45 a.m. to 8:45 a.m. 7:45 a.m. to 8:45 a.m. I take LRDI live. Okay. So, and the best part is, if you join Unacademy Plus Apart from the live classes that I take every morning, and I will do this till your CAT 7:45 to 8:45, I also give you over 200 hours of practice material. Over 200 hours of practice material with video solutions. With video solutions. So let's say you want to start with the very basics of LR. LR sequence 1 is where you start, and I have 16 hours of foundation videos for you. Once you are done with the foundation videos, you will go to LR sequence 2, wherein I have 14 hours of conceptual caselets for you, completely solved with video solutions. Once the foundation and concepts are cleared, you are going to combine your foundation and concepts and start with level 1 practice, 13 hours of video solutions. In this way, a course structure has been designed in such a way that it follows from the easiest. Sequence 1 is the easiest and the last sequence is the most difficult. So it has been built up in a step-by-step approach so that everyone can follow. So over 200 hours of practice materials are available on Unacademy Plus. But to get access to this, you need to subscribe to Unacademy Plus using my code Parikshit Live. If you use this code A, you will get 10% discount on the subscription fee, which is the maximum discount. And B, you will get free mentorship. I repeat, free mentorship from my side. This is the only and only code which will give you free mentorship. What is free mentorship? Free mentorship is all about help beyond your class hours. Beyond your class hours, let's say while preparing at home, while preparing mock papers, while solving questions from the book, if you have doubts and if you have joined Unacademy using my code Parikshit Live, you will also get free mentorship, okay, till your CAT. So that is it for today. That is it for today. I hope you enjoyed the class. There are other offerings from Unacademy as well. You might wish to enroll for them using my code Parikshit Live for discounts. And yes, do test yourself using the scholarship test on Unacademy. You will get to know where you stand in the competition today. So that is it. Thank you so much. I hope you enjoyed the session and I'm going to see you in my next session. Till then, goodbye and stay safe. Bye for now.